on our knees before God, asking God, what do you want for Wesley Church? What do you want for this your people? We invest ourselves in the Word of God, in the sacred Scriptures. We've studied the Bible and continue to study Bible daily. It is a rare day, even on my vacations or whatever circumstances that I have, it's a rare day that I don't invest time in reading and studying the Word of God. And I do this so that I may be equipped to sit in the driver's seat of the bus. It's not because I want that. It's not because I like to be the driver. That's not the issue. The issue is that God called us to that role in the life of His church. Just as the coach ultimately is the one who's driving the football team. I don't know what your favorite sport is. But ask yourself, what is the role of the coach on that team? Has to make big decisions. The pilot of an airplane. I assume that many of you have flown, haven't you? You know, I've flown all over the world. To India. In fact, Pastor Calvin has been there several times. My favorite place is the British Isles. I've been there 6 times. I love to. You know, I've been on the airplane. Never once has the pilot come back to the passengers and asked, okay, where would you guys like to go today? They don't do that. You know, my wife and I love cruising. We've been to the Caribbean 3 times. In fact, last year we went with our daughter, her husband, and 3 sons, including a 1-year-old. Boy, was that ever fun. Went to the Bahamas and a few other islands. We had a great time. Never once did the captain stop by and ask me, where should we go next time? They didn't ask. It's like the CEO who guides a business. God called us to be the shepherd, the pastor, the leader of His church. That's why we read in Hebrews 3:17, have confidence in your leaders and submit to their authority because they keep watch over you as those who must give an account. Someday, Pastor Calvin and I and Pastor Debbie, and I'm sorry, dear, I forget your name already. Jenny. I had my hearing tested again this week. I had 20% of my hearing, and my hearing aid went kaput. So I'm in real trouble. But the bottom line is, we will all one day stand before God and give account for how we've led His church. But let me say this to you. You will also give an account for whether or not you treated your spiritual leaders with respect and love. We are His servants, and when anyone mistreats the Lord's servant, they will give an account for it, I assure you. We have no interest in being a dictator to this church. Some people say, well, you're the guys in control. No, I have no interest. I don't want to be controlling. And it's just not something. We are here to lead you. And if you lead, you exercise authority to lead. Have confidence in your leaders and submit to their authority. I've had people say to me, I hired you, buddy, and you do what I say. I've had people say that to me. I had a guy pointing his finger in my chest a few years ago. I pay your salary. And I said, first of all, I'm not a hireling. And God called me to lead this church. And if you aren't willing to accept my authority, there's the door you can leave. Understand.
You are a dangerous man, sir.
Thank you. You may leave.
I would like to know how chasing people away from the church is in God's favor. I think you're doing Satan's work for Him, not God.
You will be the destruction of this congregation.
Okay, sir. The police will come and escort you out.
Please do. See you in court.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Don't forget.
What right do you have to have police support anyone?
That you force someone to go. What about the games that children play on Wacky Wednesday and you sent the letter to Pam? What about that?
If you want to leave, you can leave.
Hey, it's pretty bad when you can tell us we have to leave our own church. You leave. You're the one that needs to
This
leave.
is God's church. This is God's church.
It's not your church. You got no business being here. Nobody wants you here. So leave. Do us all a favor. The biggest problem we have in this church is
A healthy church helps its people to grow spiritually. A recent study
This has been a healthy church. This has been a healthy church for many, many years. We have people who are devoted to this church. They spent their lives here.
Well, this church has really been growing. Thank you. Thank you. Is this really what you want to do in the worship service of this church? No, sir. This is not your responsibility. It's my responsibility.
because you didn't have anybody like you up there.
And you are wrong. This is wrong for you to say these things about. These people are God's people. God, Christ did not reject those people. He did not reject those people. He wanted them to change and be godlike. And these people have done a marvelous job. These people. And where did you get this information? You got
Out of the Bible.
You got this information from one person, and that person I know a lot about. And unfortunately, that person gave you wrong information. You have no proof of anything that you have done. No proof whatsoever that there's evil in this church.
Sir, you need to sit down.
No, he does not.
You need to sit down. You need to sit down, sir. You need to sit down, sir. You need to sit down. Then stay. I'm so sorry that you feel this way.
I'm sorry, too, that you were ever sent here. And I know why you were sent here. And that was wrong. That was wrong.
You've been hurt. Secondly, a healthy church helps its people to grow spiritually. A recent study of some 400 churches by the Revel Group, let me get them a chance to make